My name is Jenny Bergner and I'm 37 and I live in Stockholm. I do not use cash anymore. I hardly have them. I just have a few hundred svenska kronor, but I mostly use credit cards or Swish. It's a very easy way to transfer money. You do it just through an app with your telephone. You just enter the cell phone number of the person you want to Swish or just transfer money to.
Stefan Lundgren. I live here in Stockholm. I pay with credit card. I use Swish, but I like the control I have with paying with cash.
My name is Per Lindström and I'm 51 years old. From one perspective, it's nice because you don't need to have cash. On the other side, I come to a bank and I want to pay cash and they say they refuse to take my cash. I told them that you are a bank and you should accept my cash. And they say, we don't want to do it, we don't know where it comes from. I say, yes, it comes from me, but we don't know where you get your money from. And I said, that's not your problem.
My name is Samuel and I'm 34 years old and I live in Stockholm. I don't really see any reason of using cash because it's all about trust and everyone trusts this and everyone accepts it, then why not use it? But if that trust would be broken down, that would be a scary situation.
My name is Linda. I'm 25 years old and I live in Stockholm. I just came out from public toilets in Stockholm's central station. I think you can pay only with the card because that's what I did. I paid with the card. I don't know. I never carry around cash with me. I think it's the most uncomfortable way of paying for things. Okay.
All right, Shalom. Let's start up by saying Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Hawashai Bashem Racha HaKodash. This is an article that a brother posted on the comment boards. The brother posts a lot of good articles on the comment boards. And as you can see here, this is from the current March 12, 2018. And what you heard was a recording from this website. And it's an article entitled, As Sweden Gives Up Cash, Churches Let Worshippers Make an Online Offering During Sunday Service. And pretty much these churches now are going high tech, you know, no longer, oh, you don't have no cash in your pocket, don't worry about it. We got the app for you right here, you know, and, you know, they got this thing in Sweden called Swish, which is an app where you can transfer money instantly, you know. As soon as you put it in there, it goes into the other person's account. And pretty much what that's doing is phasing out cash, and they're looking at people that use cash as crazy, you know. And you notice that the younger generation, they really rather use the plastic because, like that dumb bitch at the end said, you know, it's so inconvenient to carry cash around and pay that way, you know, because these dumbass people are used to just swiping their card and that's it. You know, they have it's gonna come to a point where they're not even gonna know what denomination of money to give to pay for stuff. So they rather do it by their card because it's a quick, you know, swipe. You don't have to, you know, exchange money, you know, or dollars or coins and anything like that, which is leading towards the mark of the beast, you know. And that's the whole thing, you know. They're pushing these things to get rid of the cash so that they can bring in, you know, the microchip. Because that's the ultimate goal, is the microchip, because they want the whole world microchip, as Aaron Russo told Nick Rockefeller told Aaron Russo, you know, that's the plan and goals of the international bankers, is to chip the whole world so that they can keep track of every transaction, everything. You know, now there's another video in here that's 26 minutes long, and it goes into, you know, how it can avoid, you know, tax evasion and all that stuff, you know. So pretty much it's a thing of them having total control, being the Most High. Like the scripture say, I will be like the Most High. And it's opening up the avenue for this microchip. You know, they had the technology out there. They're passing legislation down in Maryland trying to do away with making this microchip mandatory, you know, which is just a ruse. You know, it's just a controlled opposition, to show, well, look, we got somebody fighting on you guys' side, which is total bullshit. But the bottom line is, now if you're in Sweden, and you go to the church on Sunday, and you don't have any cash, you can just pull out your phone, donate whatever you're going to donate. Hold your phone up to the congregation to show them that you're a faithful believer, as is stated in this this article. I'll just read a little bit of it. It said it might be worth checking that jar of leftover vacation coins in your spare room, because the Swedish krona could soon become a collector's item. Why? Because these people they're not really carrying cash around like they used to, and the country is going cashless so fast that it's sort of creating problems. Now there's certain banks that don't even accept cash. You heard that one dude sound like a so-called Jew. They're not even accepting cash anymore. It says the country is now the most cashless society in the world, with even churches offering online banking details, so worshipers aren't caught with empty pockets during Sunday service. So pretty much, you'll always have your money with you. It says when it comes to that point in Sunday service where the worshipers would usually put money into a collection bag, people are asked to donate electronically. See, that's the wave of the future. Everything is done electronically. Because at one time, to have a credit card was a privilege that only those that really had the dough were offered, or given to. Now everybody has a credit card. Anybody named Mama has a credit card. It says, explains David Crouch, a journalist based in Gothenburg. And then they'll hold their phone up to show everybody that they're good believers. Less than half of bank branches in the country now handle cash, says Crouch. And even the number of ATMs on the streets are in decline. See? So even your ATM machines are in decline. Because everything is, when you go to the grocery store or the supermarket or wherever, you notice that everything is moving towards this microchip. When you use a credit card, you used to swipe it. Now a lot of places they use the chip, because they're getting you used to the idea, of that chip, microchip, because that's the next step in the next phase in phasing out this cash to introduce what the Bible calls the mark of the beast, which is the microchip. I have one scripture here, Revelation 13 and 16, which we already know. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Why? Because this mark that they're going to receive is going to be something to be able to make transactions, whether you make major transactions or minor transactions, because it's going to be given to everybody. The EBT cards and your credit cards and all that's going to be phased out. Snap, all that's going to be phased out, and the chip is what's going to be brought in. Okay? And the Lord said that he causes all. So this devil is going to try to push this on the entire world. That's why it tells you, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And that's why these major corporations have in place on biotechnology, where you have to scan everything. So now instead of just scanning your eye or a thumbprint or whatever, you just wave your microchip. You could have access to the building. You could have access to anything in there. So it's a matter of convenience. And this younger generation that has no idea or clue what's going on, this techie age people, they're all for it because they're all about the new technology, and they're making it hip, for them to do this. So it's coming down to the wire. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, For it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 and that adds up to 666. Which the microchip, has that technology. If you when you break it down, I'll leave it with one more precept. It's in the same book of Revelation, the 3rd chapter, and the 10th verse. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation." And the main hour of temptation is going to be that microchip. Everything else leading up to it is a part of the hour of temptation, with the martial law and anarchy and everything, going the way it's going to go, the famines and all of that. But the main hour of temptation is going to be that microchip, when they offer that microchip. It says, "Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." So pretty much, as you brothers saw, this is Sweden gives up cash. Churches let worshipers make an online offering during Sunday service. Now, there was another story here from CBS right here. It says, "It may be legal tender, but more businesses are snubbing cash. The trend is toward a digital paperless world in general, just in everything," says retail expert. This is dated December 3rd, 2017. This is just towards the end of last year. It says, "It's a small but increasing trend. Businesses opting not to accept cash. We haven't heard of it a ton. It's not happening a lot, but it's certainly happening," said Bryn Weingard, a retail and marketing expert. "I've heard of it happening in boutiques and malls as an example, or independent retailers," she says. This past week, a downtown Vancouver ramen restaurant location joined the trend. Soon, too, will be Alien, a communication provider in Atlantic Canada. When Ontario said company Mad Radish opened recently, it also chose to forego cash. And you see the one of the signs, that they're not accepting cash any longer for payment. And this is in Canada. And there's businesses here in America, restaurants, that won't accept this cash. Because they're pushing and gearing everything and putting them people's mindset to go cashless to really push this microchip. That's the main goal, is to push the microchip. First they want to get rid of the cash, then they want to put in the microchip. So with that, hope you brothers have been edified. To the next time I say shalom.